So traders, we've been getting a little bit of a down day today, but the volume is pretty enormous. Massive selling volume has come into the markets. I wonder if that's a sign to more downside to come. Let's have a look into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, let's have a look into today's training. And one thing that I have noticed, guys, I'm looking at the Dow Jones right now. I am noticing that we're still in this sideways range. You can see we're in this. We were in this channel from around the 26,500 to 29,500. You know, and we can see that we're in this sort of channel. And now we've broken out, and now we're just going through to the sideways. But look what happened today. We had a little bit of a down day, not much of a down day. You know, 0.9191%. But look at the volume in today. The volume was about 560 million or something like that. Enormous. You can see that we actually tapered off through the holidays. But then as you can see, right, we can see that the volume actually just trumped this to the upside. So right now, guys, we're definitely in a shaky territory. Make sure that you have a really good trading system and make sure that you're sticking to your rules. If you don't have a good trading system, then you can learn how I trade the markets with the link below. The thing that you can see that with these markets, you can see what's happening there. Even with the S&P 500, look at this here. This is like going into the holiday, volume dropping off, volume dropping off, volume dropping off, and then look what happened today, and the big massive spike. So is this the start? Is this the start of more selling to come? Big selling volume, like look at the big volume that came in today. And also even looking at the Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq is at this resistance level here right now. We've got this little resistance here, and we have this little resistance also through here. So we're still just above that on the Nasdaq. But for me, guys, I'm seeing this as being like a bit of a, it seems like it's struggling, you know what I mean? Like we're not really getting a lot of movement out of this whole thing with the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is slightly, I wouldn't be too surprised if we did see a little bit of a dip to the downside, and then maybe then a continuation, because we're seeing what's going on right now. And if you've been watching my videos, you see that a lot of people are greedy right now. A lot of people are buying call options. So maybe that's a sign for more downside to come. Now, if we do get more downside, if we start to see a bit of a pullback here in the S&P and also the Dow Jones, I believe that the pullback will be short-lived. You know, I don't believe we're going to see another 30 or 40% crash and so on and so forth. I believe it's going to be very short-lived. You know, and that pullback may be lasting to the end of the year if we do continue to get that. And then from that pullback, I truly believe that then we're likely to go for another big run, especially once another stimulus package is passed. It's going to just keep buoying this market overall. So as you can see, guys, that we continue this sideways movement. If we have a look at the Russell 3000, Russell 3000 has been slowly going up. So this is actually quite a weak sign. You've got a very sort of strong move. And then we're going into this very sort of slowly going up through here. So that's actually a very weak sign. So there's a high probability we're going to drop out of this and actually head down to around about a 50% level. So from the low through to the high point. So there's a high probability that looking at even this, the Russell 3000, that we're probably going to get down to around about the 50% level, which is around about here. We do have this resistance level here, but there's probably a good chance we're going to get down to the 50% level. And also the Russell 2000 we did break out, came back down, and we had a big rally to the upside. So if we do continue to see more downside on the Russell 2000, this big long-term trend line, as you can see I'm drawing in right now, this big long-term trend line is something that you want to sort of keep an eye on. So we may even get a bit of a pullback down to here somewhere when it comes to the Nasdaq. But guys, right now this is actually looking quite top heavy. Market's struggling to go up. There's a lot of greed that's in the markets right now. So this is sort of poised for the market to continue to have a bit of a slide to the downside. Is this the start of the pullback that's going to be in the markets? Traders, I've been getting a lot of questions asking me about, John, how do I trade the markets? What sort of system do I use? What's my approach? And so on and so forth. So I'm running a free masterclass teaching you my #1 trading system for the last 15 years. This is the most powerful and highest probability system on the planet. And I'm going to just share with you all the details. Plus, I'm going to share with you how I find and scan and do all my trading in 1 hour or less per day. If you go to johnsfreetraining.com, you can register for this free training that I'm going to run. So go to that right now. I'm going to teach you all the details, and I promise you, once you leave this free training, not only will you know exactly what goes into a good trader, so you could be a good trader, but also you're going to learn my #1 trading system, all the details so you can start to crush it. So go to johnsfreetraining.com, and I look forward to seeing you on the masterclass. Go to johnsfreetraining.com right now.